Hello, I'm Ben Coles, this is Charlie Morgan, and over the next few minutes we are going to be previewing the Six Nations and working out what would be a good Six Nations tournament for each of the teams involved. Interesting times for England with Eddie Jones only on a 2-year contract. He's clearly selected a squad that is built to win this Six Nations and can win this Six Nations. I don't think there's any doubt about that. At the same time, there's selections there that I think are still proving a little bit contentious. There is no young scrum half, but then who is actually the young scrum half who's ready to step in there? The cupboard seems a little bit bare. And the back row as well with Tom Curry at number 8. There's people like Alex Donbrandt and Sam Simmons and Nathan Hughes who have all put their hands up in the last few weeks building up to the start of the tournament, and you haven't had a look in. It all hinges on how England get on against France, but we could potentially be looking at another Grand Slam year even despite those tweaks to the side. So England certainly worth considering as potential title winners and maybe even Grand Slam winners.
Always unpredictable, as we love to tell you in the media, even more unpredictable than usual given the new faces.
Yeah, 19 new caps, that is absolutely remarkable. They've had a clean out. There's lots of new players in this squad. So there's also been a few left field picks where you're sort of surprised about the pathways they've necessarily taken to get to the top. Anthony Boutier at fullback is a classic example of this. And if they knock off England on Sunday, the confidence is going to be enormous.
France with a stable base could be exciting and certainly going to be dangerous. There still seems to be a remarkable freshness about what Andy Farrell's brought in the early stages of his kind of promotion. The mix of youth and experience is what's exciting, because there's that stable base, but also guys that have potentially got hugely high ceilings being led off the leash. They're going to look high. They're going to look towards a championship win. It won't be easy because they've got to go to Twickenham, but it's really interesting. Yeah, potentially sleeping on them a little bit. It'd be really interesting to see how they go.
Let's talk about Italy and the campaign ahead with Franco Smith. He's an interim head coach, so it all seems very short term, all very sort of patched together. Conor O'Shea's gone. What is a good Six Nations for this Italian team? Is it quite a simple objective of just winning a game?
One win, yeah. I think you've got to look at results first, and they've got that home game against Scotland, don't they? I think any win on the road would be seriously unlikely, and the other home game they've got is England at the end of the championship, which is going to be seriously tough in the game that obviously Sergio Parise is saying his goodbyes. Their hoodoo away from home has really crippled them, and that's something that they've got to put right. Although that's not going to be easy, and the trip to Ireland first up, given especially what happened in the World Cup in that same fixture, really daunting without Finn Russell. Although Adam Hastings shown a few flashes for Glasgow Warriors, so any sort of win on the road would be fantastic. Because that just has been so damaging for their prospects in tournaments previously.
What about some of the new faces in the pack? Because he's really given that a bit of a refresh.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Haning's a bit the kind of the interesting one, and whether he gives a little bit of steel, a little bit of go forward to a pack that is traditionally lightweight, quick, and they're the kind of the existing strengths that Scotland kind of base their game off.
What I like about what Wayne Pivac has said so far is that he clearly realises he's got a really good sort of foundation there, based on the way the Wales defend, the way they can sort of control games through their phase play, and the way that they can certainly win the kicking battle when they want to as well. And they're a tough pack of forwards. I mean, that's not going to change. But he's looked at that and he's thought, we must evolve the attack. We've got to add a bit more spark into that. It's going to be exciting to see how they get on in this Six Nations, because the core of that successful side who got to the World Cup semi-final, they're still there. Really. That's all of the teams previewed. Look out for plenty of coverage across Telegraph Sport website and newspapers over the next couple of months.